Hey, what's up everybody? Joshua Casper here with Loopcloud, and in this video I'm going to walk you through some of the key updates we've made to the Loopcloud app. The Loopcloud team are constantly working to improve your experience with the app, and a big part of that is listening to and responding to user feedback, which has been one of the biggest driving forces in the most recent updates. So let's check out a few of those. If I come into the home page here, one thing that was requested is to have the user library be the first page when you open or launch the application. And now that's an option. If you come into preferences over here in the top right, down here at the bottom under view on startup, we can show the home screen, which is what we just had, or the user library. You simply make the change there, close out, and the next time you launch it, whichever one you chose will be the one that opens up. Now on top of that, there's other customizability here. Right here, if I click this, I can show popular packs, I can show my history, and I can show my edit tag screen. Whichever one you choose, whether it's the popular packs, the history, the edit tag, or to have it closed, whichever way you leave it, when you close Loopcloud will be the way it opens next time you launch the app. If I jump into a pack here and slide over to the right, we can change the way the WAV files are listed here. If I click this, we'll get a bigger WAV file. You can see that the layout is a little bit different, and we can also see the artwork here. And that's useful if you're doing a search or something. If I come in here to drum, if I want to take a quick glance at what pack these are from, I could do that here. But if I want to see more files instead of the artwork, again, just click right here and I'll get the list view. And again, this is something that's remembered. Whichever one you've chosen when you close Loopcloud will be the way it is when you open Loopcloud. Another request was being able to hide files in your user library. So if I come in here to your library, and let's say I don't want to see this Afro Soul, if I right click, I can hide item and all sub items. And this is going to affect 317, just hit OK. This is no longer going to appear in search results. And if I want to see them in the future, I have to go into the preferences. So if I hit this, and if I right click, I can reveal items again and easily revert any changes that I had made. Another change that was recommended from the community was automation lines snapping to the grid. So if I come in here and let's add a filter, for example. If I come over here, as I move this to the right or the left, it's going to snap to whatever grid size I have. And we can easily change the grid. Right now it's on automatic, but if I want to change it to something like 16ths, now it'll snap to the 16ths. Also, the way free samples works has been changed recently as well. Now, instead of an inspiration folder inside of your library, which has a few new samples for some of the latest sample packs, pretty much all sample packs now have a few free samples inside of them. So if I come into here, for example, you can see right here, there's a free tag. There are 10 free samples inside of this particular pack. So if I click that, I'll be able to see the actual free samples inside of this pack. And almost all of the packs have that. As of recording this video, there are about 25,000 free samples that can be found inside of Loopcloud. And the way it works now is the free account gets 5 free samples per day. The artist subscription gets 10 per day. Studio gets 20 per day. And professional subscriptions get 50 per day. So that's 50 free samples per day. It adds up quickly. And trust me, having access to almost every pack, having free samples, it's a win-win. Another way to find free samples is, again, if you come in here and say, I'm looking for a guitar, you can see right off the bat here that we have a free one available, but if we want to filter down to just free, there's now a free filter right here. If I click that, these are all of the guitar samples that are free, and I can download as many as I can day to day depending on my subscription level. And right now we're seeing 119 results of 443 for just guitar. Another big improvement is the offline experience has been greatly improved, and also importing samples is up to 30 times faster. So I'm going to go ahead and add some samples here. I'm just going to click the Add Samples button. You can also drag and drop into your library, of course. And you can see down here, this is real time, how quickly it's adding these samples. Obviously, depending on your computer, is going to change how quickly this happens, but the actual application is utilizing more of the processors it has available to it. Once it's been completed here, it says analysis completed, and I have the option to add this to the cloud storage if I want to upload this and keep it in the cloud rather than my computer. That, of course, depends also on your level of subscription to Loopcloud. Some other cosmetic changes and customizable options are the waveform colors. If I come in here to preferences, We have multicolor waveforms for the dark theme only. We have monochrome, default, inverted, full spectrum, or we can turn those off. And we can also switch back to the light view, which was kind of the original skin. If I switch that and come back out, that's what this looks like. The multicolor waveforms aren't available here. It's always going to be gray. So if you're looking for those, jump back into preferences, turn on dark, and then decide what color you'd like. And that's just a few highlights of some of the most recent changes to the Loopcloud app. Of course, as I said, this was driven by user feedback. So if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, get in touch because we're listening. Anyway, I'm Joshua Casper here for Loopcloud. If you haven't already, go to loopcloud.com to get started today for free.